Hey everyone, well, we're back again here with another Public Eye Outdoors, and we're going to go over a target that I just recently purchased. This is the Glendale Full Rut, and you know, this thing is pretty life-size and realistic for the money and stuff. You probably are not going to beat it. This target, now one of the things I'll tell you, the reason that I wanted to get this particular one was because of the lifelike representation. Size wise, you've got basically I'm 5'8", 5'7", something like that, and this thing is eye level with the antlers, so, and waist to waist with me. So it's supposed to represent 300-pound deer. You know, I'm sure in the wild a 300-pound deer is going to be quite bigger than this, but it's a good representation as far as I'm concerned. Now this we'll go over some of the parts here. You've got basically five separate pieces to this target, not counting the antlers because they do come apart. You've got the head here, you'll have the frame, you have an insert, and then you'll have the two legs. So, and one of the features that really sells this thing is the interchangeable insert in the middle here, your target. So what you do there, it's got a pin up front and a pin in the back. A door basically on top. You'll pull that pin on the top or the back side here and lift that door up, okay, and this insert will come out. Now as you can see, it has 4 sides to it, 4 different targets. Okay, we've got a 20-degree tree stand at 20-yard shot. Okay, then here we have deer quartering away. So if he's quartering away, if you're taking, which we'll be doing here later, some quartering shots. This one's kind of chewed up, straight on vertical, and then you have let's see, which one did I miss here? Straight on vertical. There's a straight on horizontal. So there's 4 different layers to this target, and personally I don't really mess with using those because I'm going to be more worried about my shot placement as I'm looking in the field out there, you know, at the distance that I'm shooting. So it's not really a huge concern of mine to be rotating this each time. The only time that I'm really going to be rotating this is if I start burning up one of the sides with my arrows. So basically you'll just put that door back down, slide your pin back in. Now this pin on the back side, if I had one minor complaint, it would be this pin in the back side. Sometimes it is very difficult to get locked back in to this back side, and I still to this day have not been able to get that fully back in that hole on the back side. Now that could be because I just use, it comes with 2 stakes, and I just use those 2 stakes for now. You can actually buy a pedestal stand for this thing. It's another $100 and some, I believe. I could be wrong on that, so don't quote me, but for the money, I figured I could probably make my own. And that could be part of the reason that I'm not able to get that pin back in. These legs may have to be spread out. You know, it may be kind of putting this thing at a weird angle. Okay, so basically when I'm practicing with this thing, I'm looking at where I want to place that arrow. Obviously, I'm not concerned about the different writings on that insert. You really can't see them from distance anyway. So basically what I'm wanting to do is get in my mind where that arrow needs to be and hit that mark. So let's give it a shot here. We're only shooting 40 yards. Normally I shoot quite a bit further out, practice out, but for this demonstration we're just going to shoot 40 yards. So let's see what happens here. Okay, that was a good one. That should be a kill shot. And the thing that I like about a 3D target, and I don't know why I haven't had one. I've had them in the past, but I don't know why I didn't get one sooner. Again, I think that this is really a great way to practice, simply because you're getting a realistic target out there in front of you. There's a huge difference between hunting practice and target practice. You will find that a lot of guys that target practice sometimes aren't necessarily great hunters because they just don't put themselves in that scenario or practice in that atmosphere, and vice versa. A lot of guys that are great hunters may not be good target shooters, but there are a lot of them out there, don't get me wrong. But for argument's sake, I'm just gonna say that, you know, it's better to practice with a life-size or a realistic target to prepare your mindset for where you're going to do the placement. Now, if you have, you know, say you got a target out there with a big red dot, and that's one of the points I'm trying to make here, when you get out in the field, you're not going to have that big red dot on that animal, okay? So you've got to be able to understand where you're going to place that, get that mindset of not being worried about not having that dot to shoot at. It's a lot different. It's a lot different when you don't have a particular area to shoot at. You're not going to group. Say if I'm shooting at this target all day, I'm not necessarily going to group the greatest. I'm going to shoot for a arrow that I've shot previously to try to group. That's my dot basically. But a lot of times I will practice just one or two arrows at a time, so I don't have that to go off of. I want to be able to look at that fresh target and be able to place it each and every time. We'll shoot one more here. That last one was kind of high. There we go. Okay, so here we're going to be doing the quartering away shot. Again, we're going to be at 40 yards. And with the quartering away shot, you want to aim basically for that far side front leg. Okay, now this target here, the legs are pretty much all together, so you're just going to have to envision that leg as being the far side leg, kind of going for, there's a little white spot down there on the bottom, so we want to go through. Basically want to draw a line across that deer's body, going towards that far side shoulder. So let's give it a shot and see what we come up with here. Okay, maybe a little bit forward. Yeah, I think it would still do the job, so we'll try to bring it back a little bit. So one of the other cool things about this target, you could actually use it as a decoy. It has quite a bit of weight to it, but if you were on private land and not going too far, or even public land, and you had a spot that was within a couple hundred yards, it probably would not be that bad to carry in. However, if you were going for a half mile up to a mile, like I do in a lot of my setups, it probably would not be something that you would want to mess around with. But that option is definitely there to use as a decoy. So very happy with this target. We'll see how long it holds up. It's going to be moving in and out of my house to the field quite a bit, so we'll see if the longevity of this thing holds up being brought in and out. I don't have, I mean, I can set it up in my backyard, but I just really don't want to leave a $200 target outside in the elements and a chance to get stolen. I'm sure it's more than fine around here. We got good people around here, but I just prefer to take care of it and take it inside each time I use it. So it does have a little bit of weight to it, and it's probably not going to be the best thing to carry around for long distances, but that option is there. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and it gives you a little insight on this Glen Del Full Rut. I don't think you will be upset if you purchase one. It'll be good practice for you, and it'll give you that added security of knowing that you're shooting at something that's realistic and 3D, and will give you that vision of actually being in the field. So good practice tool. So get a chance, check one out. And as always, thank you for watching Public Side Outdoors, and stay safe in your hunts, everyone.